What was the process for you, like seeing the designs of the Lego and then finally seeing
we worked on them hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we were a part of every conversation. I needed to make sure all the character design was right and like all the details were correct.
This is what I want though, P. I'm waiting on a hit record. Feel what I'm saying? One of them bad mad majama. That song that you did with Jay-Z, I told somebody the other day, I said that should have been my mom.
First of all, Snoop is very tall, and then he's in the studio with like 15 Crips who are all 6'5". You know, when you think about Atlantis apartments, what that looks like, it's gotta be right. You know, it's public housing, it's federally subsidized.
Yes.
It's gotta be right.
Yeah.
The bricks gotta be right.
Here to celebrate Pharrell Williams, you know, one of the greatest. What did you think when you saw the concept of the movie where he was bringing his story to life via Legos?
That's fire. I didn't know it was actually his story. This is actually the first time I'm hearing that, but I think that's fire. That's dope. That's very Pharrell.
Yeah. It's a documentary about his life, but instead of us seeing him just sitting there
I was just
normal,
thinking he needed a documentary too. Like, I think that's fire.
Yeah, this is it. What's it like when you get that call to get in the lab and work with Pharrell, somebody who is just so versatile and you never really know which way he's going with it with the music?
I can tell you my first time getting a call from Pharrell was actually like a day before my birthday. So it was like, you know, his son's birthday is in October as well.
Yeah.
Rocket, shout out to Rocket. Yeah. I think Rocket is like on the 19th or the 19th. So I might have got a call on Rocket's birthday, and he's like, yo, we gotta get in the studio. So that was like, you know, the best thing ever, one, because I grew up like loving everything Pharrell.
Absolutely.
From clothes, design, art, collaborations, and music. But to get a call the day before my birthday to do music, and like, you know, that lasted up until now. Like, you know, we was working during the whole pandemic together. We got a whole album.
Oh man.
Yeah. A whole 2 years of pandemic, we was just rocking from Miami, LA, New York.
When we gonna hear more of those collaborations? More of the collaborations with you?
I mean, when y'all get him on the red carpet, you should ask him.
All right, last question I want to ask you, since you wasn't familiar that you're going to see his life story today, as somebody being a collaborator and a friend of his too, what's something about his life that you always wanted to know that you hope that you'll see tonight, or hope that you'll learn tonight?
What do he eat, and what's his what does Pharrell eat? Like, okay. He's a fucking Martian. Like,
always staying young, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Great. How's it, you know, coming out to support your brother tonight? Obviously, this is the home team. You know, push you heavily in the movie. What do you think when you saw yourself animated?
Man,
like
I haven't
that?
seen the movie yet.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet? You haven't seen no clips of you animated? You're gonna bug out. You're gonna bug out. You're gonna bug out when you see it. What's it like for y'all to come out and just support, and, you know, somebody who's been such a part of your life and such a part of your career, and, you know, just see him celebrating in such a major way like this?
Really just makes me proud to like really see P. You know, he has all these very big grandiose ideas, and to watch them all always come to fruition is crazy, man. He's a magician with that.
And, you know, we've always seen his meteoric rise. I think everybody has witnessed it. But to see how he sees himself, I think, you know, that's a thing that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Y'all known this man so long. Y'all know so much about him personally and professionally. Is there anything about him that you don't know that you hoping that you might learn in this movie?
Nothing. I know everything about him. I know everything y'all don't know.
There we go. Last thing I gotta ask Mal, man, what's it like to be back tag teaming with your brother?
Easy money, man.
Yeah.
Easy money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, family connected. Just too easy.
What did you think when he said, "Hey, we're shooting something special. Let's make this animated. Let's go into Lego"?
Yeah. When he said, "Let's make it in Lego," I thought that is maybe the craziest idea I've ever heard for a film, and I was totally hooked. I was like, I want to do this. Like, that was the thing that really got me hooked into making this film.
Yeah. What was the toughest part of the process when you have to, as we see Pusha T coming up and Malice, his brother, trying to, you know, bring these people to life in an animated form?
I mean, this was 5.5 years of like grinding. You're
No pun
talking
intended.
Clipse.
Yeah.
to get this film done. And but every bit of it was amazing. To be able to recreate videos and, you know, travel through time and be there when all these songs are getting made. You know, it was an amazing experience.
And what surprised you the most when doing this process? What surprised you the most?
I mean, the way Pharrell thinks is like not like other people. You know, he has some magical thinking, and I think that was the thing that was constantly surprising me. It's like, how do you take two flavors that don't go together and just make it click?
What did you think when you heard about the concept of Pharrell incorporating the animation of Legos to help tell his story and articulate the vision of his life?
I thought it was on point. Knowing Pharrell for many years, knowing how he continues to push the bar, continues to surprise us, knowing how he's connected to his inner child always. When I seen it, I was instantly like, oh, this is incredible. Reposted it, and was like, I have to be here to see it.
Yeah. Question, Teddy, you met Pharrell when he was just a teenager. You got a chance to take this ride with him, see him develop as a man, as a husband, father, and one of our greatest producers ever. What is it like for you to see that evolution? And I'm gonna ask you the same question after Teddy.
It's like a father being proud. It's like a father being proud and just letting him soar, keep going.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it keeps me going. You know, when people come to me and say, man, you're a part of this guy's life. What does it feel like? Well, it feels amazing. I can actually rest.
I knew this was going to work.
You know, me and Pharrell kind of like grew together. Like we kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He had, you know, his success with Teddy. He had success with Total. He had a success with a couple of other people.
Everybody.
But then when he came to me, he said he wanted to be on camera. This is what that was his sentiment. That was his blessing, that he wanted to be on camera. And I said, I saluted it. I was like, you know what? I believed in him. I know it sounds like cliche now, but I did it.
Yeah.
It's an actual fact. I put him in the video. It's documented, and I love that, man. And I'm just so proud. I'm so proud I'm doing well, because had I not been, I'd be a mad motherfucker right now.
Up here talking about y'all. Oh man, you know.
So I'm glad. I'm salute, man. Salute to you, Teddy, too, as well, man.
In this movie, what did something that you hope in this movie that you see that you'll find out about Pharrell that you may not have known?
I don't think there's anything, because I know he's capable of doing anything and everything. So nothing will surprise me. Nothing will surprise me. To be a part of it, that's a surprise.
There you go.
To be a part of it, that's a surprise. And to hear my voice, that's another surprise. I was like, I did this shit 5 years ago.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't know what this shit was going to be
I didn't know what it was going to be.
And the guy was like, I can't even tell you.
In the film, there was one part that surprised me when Frontin' came out. You said you had a kind of a rough time, you know, dealing with blowing up in such a different way from being a
You know what I never told anybody, but I'm going to tell you?
Okay.
Never told anybody. I said this, but I never told anybody why it freaked me out.
Okay.
Two things freaked me out about when Frontin' happened. Number one, I realized the commitment that I would have to like really adhere to, meaning like go out there and perform the song all the time, be in front of the camera, go do a bunch of traveling that I didn't really want to do. Even though I love being there, I love performing for people, but I don't love what happens before the show and what happens after the show. Meaning all the travel, all the hotels that you may or may not like.
Absolutely.
Then after the show, like you got to take a shower right after because you sweat as hell. Like this is like not my vibe. The other part that no one knows, and I've said it before, but I've never really said it, is I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
When I sing in falsetto, all I hear is Mickey Mouse.
Oh my goodness.
Now you won't be able to unhear it. The next time you hear Fronting, you're gonna see Mickey Mouse.
That's crazy.
I swear to you.
That's crazy, man. Well,
all right, I gotta.
She doesn't like that, but I'm just telling you, that's the real vibe. And for me, because I'm a producer and a writer, I like working with people who really, I have high standards and high expectations. So to me, like, I was never good enough of a performer, and I was never really good enough, like, as a my voice it's in itself. You know, my falsetto is not like Frank's or like B's or like people who are really good at it. So like for me, like I'm a producer and I'm good standing next to the person, but knowing that I was gonna be the focal point was too much for me.
You pulled it off, brother.
Man,
Such
well,
a
I'm very
major way.
grateful.
Congratulations on
And
everything.
that's why we're
man.
here.
I love it, and I love the marching band too.
Thank you, bro.
Incredible.